it's an ongoing journey because we continue to change. It's one of the only true constants in life is change. In relation in particular to my body, there was a definite moment, I think, where I had manipulated and controlled my body and had achieved changing it, but it always felt fleeting. And I think that after, in particular, I did striptease and then G.I. Jane back to back. And I had, for so many years, put so much pressure on myself and value on who I was and value on just myself, on my body, looking a certain way, being a certain way. And I think when I finished those 2 films and I had this really super muscular, large body, no hair, and I think I hit a wall that just said something has to change, that because I realized I no longer even knew what my natural size was. And I think I had a moment of healthy surrender where I really just said, I'm letting go of the outcome, letting go of, and it was a huge change for me. And I really feel like in that letting go, one, my body became closer to what I always had wanted by not trying to be so controlling.
Have you ever dreamt of a better version of yourself?
What's interesting is when you realize there's no side of that is a win. If you're aging too much, you get criticized. If you're trying to make yourself look better, you get criticized. And so at the end of the day, the truth is what is coming from the outside is irrelevant. How you hold it is everything. So if I want my experience, not just in my work, but in my life, to be happy, joyous, and free, then it comes down to how I'm seeing myself. And in that way, just as for me in the film, that importance of, it's like appreciating who I am with where I am at in this moment. And that doesn't mean there aren't things that bug me or that I don't like or that it's all fun aspects of aging, but I can equally hold the other side of that and really find the gifts that I have gained from it. And also look at why are we placing so much value just on the outside? The outside is just what we've been given to move around this world. It isn't who we are. I think in that way of really going to such a vulnerable place, not just physically, but also emotionally, but knowing I wasn't going to be, it wasn't about being photographed in the most glamorous way. In fact, quite the opposite. In some cases, accentuating, things that you generally would prefer to maybe hide. And I think at the end of it, as is the story in the film, about having more self-love, more self-acceptance, more compassion. I do feel that by getting to the other side of that was very liberating, because once it's only that which we are trying to hide that keeps us stuck in fear. Once we let go of what we feel we need to hide, you are liberated. I think, again, I feel we have come already some distance. I feel there's much more diversity, inclusivity, that we see now of women of age, where there's many more stories around that. I think there was a time when I personally experienced it more, but it was probably 20 years ago. And for me, that really is the marker to see that things have evolved. But again, I can't, reiterate enough the importance that while, like in the film, the circumstances are an actress in, the industry, which is a heightened level of criticism that comes with that. That is a reality. We do experience it, which helps, I think, really highlight in the story. But what I think really is the opportunity in this is that the change has to come within us. As a woman of a certain age, if I don't find myself desirable, if I don't hold myself that way, if I don't, see my own value with where I'm at, then how can I expect the outside world to change to hold a place of where that belongs? And I think that is changing. I'm fine. Everything's fine.
Konbini!